So I've been in here doing some combination of blowing things up and just parrying them down, as you can see by the combination of a less than full stack of TNT and well, some almost broken pickaxes. But hey, I didn't break them this time. I didn't actually break them. But yeah, so I hear, the noises we're all used to hearing by now. And come in here and sometimes things are just meant to be, and this is one of those. Hey yo, it's Lyarrah, and I have great news. We did it. We did it. We have every single enchantment on our villager friends over here. So the last few in here were the Frostwalker, the Punch 2, the the Power 5, and the very last one we needed, Protection 4. So we have every single enchantment now between these four guys and the ones already over in the tower. So what that means is that I'm going to be bringing these four over here before too long. And they are going to get their butts put right in the middle here. On one side of them, we are going to be putting, oh, mind you, this is going to be on the third floor, which still needs installed. But once they're in there, to one side of them, I'm going to be putting some librarians that have bookshelf trades, so we can get books easily. The other side, I'll have a couple of cartographers if they actually have something worth trading. I can't for the life of me remember if they actually do or not. I'll double check. If not, then just more librarians probably. And yeah, and then the whole rest of that top floor is masons. We have been putting in all kinds of villagers in here. So this is my wall of fishermen. These got put in kind of out of order, but this is a mix of shepherds and of butchers over here. The butchers all take pork so that we can get them from Sloy's pork farm thing. I'm trying to think the Hoglins. He can set it on kill without cooking, because he actually has been using the cooking for XP. Bring it over here and we can trade with them if we want to. But what I have grabbed in the way of the shepherds was actually the colors that I need. Not that one. That one was so that we've got a white wool to trade. But the colors that I am using for the highway. So I've got black, purple, and cyan carpet being sold by these guys. So what this means is that one of the first things we're doing today is chopping out the rails and stuff from this floor and getting it put on up to the third floor so that we can get those guys from over there installed, get some masons installed. We've got a couple masons boxed up down here on the ground. I was AFKing for more sugarcane and didn't want to put their lives at risk, so I boxed them up. Yeah, we got to get that third floor put in. So that is going to be the first thing we do today. But after we do that, I have something else exciting to show all of you. As many of you know, we had the whole Caves and Cliffs update get announced. So we have that as a confirmed thing that is happening next summer-ish. And I had been being really, really cryptic about what my base is going to be for this season. And the thing that I will tell you about it is that it was supposed to be completely underwater. Originally, it was meant to be over near the Guardian farm. The plans changed for that pretty quickly when I realized that the Guardian farm was not like that. That's not a place that I want to have loaded. Not a place that I want to have loaded. So I was going to be living down here in this bay here next to, but then the gas got put in. But the thing with the whole I was going to live underwater thing is that now we have the absolutely beautiful, beautiful underground caverns coming in next season. Well, I say next. We're operating under the assumption that Truly Bedrock will wind up resetting for the season when Caves and Cliffs comes out, because it just really it makes sense that we would. I mean, that's past the year mark. We'd been doing like about a year for the first season, so about a year for the season probably makes sense too. I love the look of the sunset over the mesa. That is part of why I'm glad that we settled here. It, so regardless, I feel like the giant underground caverns suit the underwater build that I was wanting to do better than just plopping it in the middle of the ocean, or at the very least that it inspired me to improve upon my previous idea. So rather than finding someplace else to put it, now that there is literally a dozen ghasts around it, we are just shelving the idea I had for this season, and we are assuming that's what we're doing for next season. And believe me, I am gung-ho enough about it. I don't foresee me not doing the thing. But what that does mean is that I had to come up with a different idea for this season instead. And I have been, kind of looking around, falling off things. I've been kind of looking around, trying to draw inspiration from the surroundings here. And trying to kind of draw inspiration from just like last season, my base was loosely based upon the house from Until Dawn. I really enjoyed that game. I really loved the aesthetics of it. I am a sucker for, the mountains to begin with. It made sense. Well, for this season's base idea, I decided to go ahead and draw from one of my favorite things from the last couple of years, which was Horizon Zero Dawn. Anybody who's played it may not be surprised that I'm kind of giggling about how we've been setting up things here in the Mesa, because that right there, yeah, very, very life after people, very, the ruins for Horizon Zero Dawn. It's actually kind of still way too intact for anything from that. But I will not be doing just more ruins. As much as I do love the aesthetic and everything, I just feel like number one, Toy is doing a great job with this thing here, and I don't think my style of building stuff like this would fit in with what he is doing. And number two, the specific level of overgrown and, everything busted up that I would want in something like this, I just don't think is within my current build abilities. It would definitely be really pushing my skills to try and do it. So instead, I have gone for the opposite extreme of things from that game. And we're going to see if we can actually land on scaffolding for once in our lives. No, we cannot. Aha! Yeah, do you see it over there? Do you see it? Let's slap a block out the side here. And put a torch on it so that we don't wind up with, anything trying to spawn clear up here. But I have picked out the formation over here to go ahead and put up a base that's kind of based off of the architecture and styling of the city of Meridian. Now, for right now, all I have is a giant wall of terracotta. And the reason I have a giant wall of terracotta is because we are going to be raising this plateau up to be at the same height, well, not just the same height as, but actually taller than the one yellow-topped spike over there. That we found during my stream last night what the highest thing around was, which was that yellow-topped one. We made it a little bit prettier, put an actual layer of red in, because there's no naturally generated red terracotta in this world, much to my surprise. Yeah. And we went ahead and then built it up another few layers past that. This right here that I'm standing on represents the same height as that. And so up here is, actually wasn't even just 10, this is actually at Y120 up here. And we're going to be raising this whole plateau piece here, along with these two little spikes there, to be within 3 blocks one way or the other of 120. Now, I may choose to do another piece or two around it as well. We're definitely going to be doing a bunch of terraforming of everything down here, which does mean at some point during the week here, I'm going to have to head on out to the mining mesa out at 7,000, and grab myself a whole bunch of red sand. Oh, but, you know, this obviously, this obviously is not, you know, tilted in like it's going to need to. We're going to be having some tapering and everything. I may even, you know, expand the bottoms out a bit. So this is going to be the first, like, real major terraforming project that I have pretty much ever done. Why is there just a witch down there? Whatever. Yeah, I've never done anything on this scale terraforming wise before. So it's going to be a lot. But once it is all terraformed, then we are going to have a nice high plateau to start building this city on. And it's, you know, I'm obviously not going to be trying to go for something that is a faithful recreation of Meridian. I'm not even going to go for anything that is that size, because honestly, like, we you know, poked our heads around the area and picked out this as a reasonably isolated slice of mesa. I thought about maybe using ones over here or something, but everything out here is just so much bigger. Like, all of these are too big for me to feel comfortable aiming for filling. The one that's over here, I feel comfortable aiming for filling up the whole way. And I also feel like there is enough space around it that if I need to expand it a little bit more, I've got space to do that. And I'm out of rockets. So yeah, that's going to be the plan. So that means that today, for starters, we're going to go ahead and build that third layer of the villager trading hall, get everything we need loaded into it, and then we are going to be doing all this terraforming here. Well, probably not all of it, realistically, but we're going to get started at least. You know, yeah. Oh, right, rockets. Hey, I had a whole nother stack. Alright, so I just ran some real basic estimation. And near as I can tell, why am I so bad at landing on things today? Near as I can tell, it's about 3 stacks, maybe a little bit more of material per pass on here. If I'm going the whole way around. So we're gonna round that up to 4 just to be safe. And then it is, oh wow. Okay, so it is 32 blocks to the top there. So that's actually perfect for estimation purposes. So we need 4 oh wow. Rain ding stop. 4 stacks per. And 32 for the whole thing. That's 128, right? Yeah, that's 128. And we need 128 stacks of assorted kinds of the terracotta. Now, some of this we definitely have from hollowing out the area that the trading hall is in now. And just other work around here. And some of it I am probably going to want to go get while I'm getting the red sand at the mesa. So yeah, so we've got all the brown we need. We've got all the orange we need, almost definitely. And let's go back and check over here again to see how we're doing on the other colors. Okay, so a good amount of white too, actually. So the brown, the orange, the white, willing to bet we have enough of. But the plain and the yellow and the light gray and the red are all things that we still are going to need a considerable amount of. So 128 stacks, that's pretty much 5 shulkers worth. I think it's safe to probably say that we had about 2 shulkers worth of what we need over there. So we're going to need to track down 3 more shulkers worth of probably just plain terracotta. Now, well, I don't mind putting in the time to go ahead and... Did Zap's shop explode all over the beacons? What on earth? Oh... Oh right, I'm doing cake reviews again. I haven't gotten a chance to show that on camera yet. We'll do that at some point here, but I mean, I would say like, yeah, that's how I feel about slice shops sometimes too. But that just looks nasty. Like that looks like somebody fought a giant around here and just like, you know, gore flopped on it. Ugh. Anyway, yeah, well, I don't mind putting in the time needed to get that much terracotta. I do kind of mind the, like, pickaxe durability and everything. So I figure I'm going to come poke my head in a few of the shops and see if anybody does have terracotta already ready. Stonks. Let's see. Oh, they're selling string. Okay. Selling sugarcane. I may actually, you know what? Let's, I am impatient enough with my own sugarcane stores that we're gonna just grab that real quick. Like, we will eventually be okay with it, but it has not had a chance for me to AFK very much at it because the villagers are still a little vulnerable at the moment. So this should tide me over until then, right? I'm glad that he has so much gunpowder, though, because boy oh boy, we're probably gonna need that. So yeah, no box of books. Nice, very nice. But yeah, he's got no terracotta in. So next, Dagcraft has. See, does he have any in the sand ones here? No, just regular sand. red sand. 2 stacks for a diamond. Maybe. Maybe. But I honestly need to get so much that that's only going to be the tip of the iceberg for me. And yeah, I just don't see any terracotta amongst his. And it occurs to me that All-Store may very well have it. Which, like, it's funny that I somehow always forget that All-Store exists, even though, like, this is the only thing that I sell in it. Like, this is the only thing that's mine is the brick blocks. But I do technically sell in here, so it's like, okay, well, how do I keep forgetting despite that? But he's got gravel there. Let's see, is there any terracotta? Alright, so to my utmost disappointment, but absolutely no surprise, there is no terracotta here. Oh, well, that just means that I better bring a beacon with me, and I better go fill up a shulker box with some fish to take with me to smelt out, and, I guess we should take a shulker box of, take a shulker box of lava with me too, shouldn't I? So, while I was about to pack up a beacon and everything to head over to the mighty mesa, a couple things occurred to me. One was that I better take a bed wherever I'm heading, and naturally, okay, there weren't actually any in there like I thought there were. Okay, well, there's one at least. But the other is that, yeah, I don't need to go all the way out to the mesa. Because I can dig down the top of this platform before I dig back up again. Or build back up again. Yeah. It's genuinely a perfect system. Like, I don't know why it didn't occur to me sooner. So I can go ahead and this layer here, just norm it down. Probably 2 or 3 layers here, because I'm gonna be, you know, reshaping the outside of it anyway, so why not? I don't really need the brown so much, but it's probably gonna be easier on me if I just take the whole thing instead of little parts, and then that way also I've got a nice, like, let's go with like a nice even cave to store things in. How about we go with that? How about we try to mince words around what I'm actually gonna do here. That said, I'd forgotten that this is still kind of slow without haste, so I guess we are moving a beacon over here anyway. So that's gonna be fun. I just bought a new tinfoil, well, got a new tinfoil hat. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe that's why they're wearing out so fast. Is because they have so, like, they're just free. They're free. You get what you pay for, you know? But yeah, no. We're gonna actually set up the shulkers and chests that I brought over to be a staging area, and then we're gonna go get that beacon, and then we're gonna tear down a thing. Alright, so here's tonight's round of idiocy. Yeah, I have somehow managed to break 2 picks so far over here, in the process of doing all of the mining. I know I broke like 1 over the course of the highway project, but only 1. So now I've proceeded to manage to break not 1 but 2 of my self-touch picks in just 1 day. Which means now I've only got a fortune pick left with me. And then there was some, yeah, no, I've got some ones that have unbreaking on them, so they're no good for all this, although maybe I should just deal with the block leg. Like, maybe that's going to be my superior option at the moment. Let's see, how bad is it tonight? Had worse. It's a tolerable level tonight, but it definitely feels like it is just completely canceling the haste out. So, I don't know. I don't know. It's a toughie. But I, at the very least, and this is the worst part, I had actually, gone ahead and brought over the stuff to set up a cheaty furnace, and I still managed to go ahead and do all that. But it's getting set up down here. Things are looking good on it. Hopefully I didn't mess anything up by just picking those up. I probably did. Knowing me, but I'm never entirely clear on how these work. I've been eating some of the fish instead, and yeah. But pickaxe fixed. We're gonna go back in here in just a second. But first, we're gonna actually remember to put everything back on. By the way, I gave up for the time being on the tinfoil hat. I'll just, live with it. Because it was about to break again. So, But, oh, we got bunnies over here. I didn't know we had bunnies over here. I have been trying to figure out where, because I'm harvesting the materials for the outside from the inside. And I realized I should hollow it out into like a specific area. So I'm gonna have to choose, and maybe I'll just have my stream help me choose tonight. Gotta choose whether I want to put like there or there or there for an entrance. I can see justification in all three. This is like the most symmetrical natural formation I have seen. It's so weird. But I originally thought maybe over here, but I decided that I wanted a grand entrance that could actually be seen as far as ones that were down at the bottom. And then up here at the top, I would do some kind of entrance that was from across here and maybe, like a staircase across. I've been meaning to do like a windy staircase on a build on like 3 different servers over time. Still have never done it, so maybe this is going to be the one. The interesting thing I've realized about the hill that I chose, though, is that I think I chose the only one that doesn't actually already have any mine shafts in it. I'm not sure yet whether that's good or bad. But regardless, I, have been making real good progress on getting this torn down on the inside. It finally occurred to me after 2 layers, oh, I should only dig out the inside. And then after that, I started digging, really just the inside. So we're going to pick which part of that we're going to actually dig around to. We're going to round up a couple more pickaxes. And mostly we are going to go hang out on a stream right now and see how much we can mume how quickly. So let's go do that. And when we're back, hopefully I'll be ready to go ahead and build an entrance to this place. So I've been in here doing some combination of blowing things up and just paring them down. As you can see by the combination of a less than full stack of TNT and some almost broken pickaxes. But hey, I didn't break them this time. I didn't actually break them. But yeah, so I hear, the noises we're all used to hearing by now. And come in here and, sometimes things are just meant to be. And this is one of them. In all seriousness, though, some of those are blocks that I have been literally waiting to get. As you can see from 3 TNT sitting in here, from the Gilded Blackstone that was set aside with 3 of them exactly. I think honey was set in there too. Meanwhile, others I'm not remotely prepared for. I'm actually really excited about the kelp mini box. Not for any reason of my own, but because I'm keeping watch for some of the other members of the server. And I know that that's one of the ones that they wanted. There was multiple people who had said like, hey, kelp blocks would be really great. I'm sure I can get the gilded blackstone, you know, something for that. Alright, so while I'm waiting for the rest of that to cook, we should pop down here and see what the rest of the blocks even were, because I have forgotten already. By the way, I am adoring this little nook here, like this little secret tunnel. I didn't even realize this was here. But look at this. This is, I feel like I did know this was here ages back. I feel like I actually found a crater stuck in here sometime long, long ago. But regardless, it's just like, I don't know, it's just really cute. Really hysterical. Let's go get some blackstone and some melons. But yeah, needless to say, the entire time, for like about 10 minutes of my stream after we found that, we were all just singing secret tunnel, secret tunnel. We're like, yeah, no, none of us could stop. I'm guessing there must be a zombie over there. Sir? Or you seem to be hanging your llamas. There he is. Alright, grab those, grab those. And I'm not even gonna lie, I am like unreasonably excited about the little melons. Look at them! Oh my god! Like I am crouched in my chair IRL. Look at them! Look how tiny. Oh, they're so cute. I gotta figure out if there's something I can use them for. I kind of don't wanna. I don't want to sell them. I kind of love them. Kind of in love. I'm kind of a sucker for cute little things. Anyway, adorable distractions aside, real quick before the sun goes down here, I want to show you. And obviously, I got the terracotta that I need, and then I got kind of carried away. But it's okay because we have the entrance picked out. I talked to my stream chat, and they all were in agreement that this is too obvious of a spot to not have done it. So I'll wind up doing a little bit of touch-ups to make it a little bit more truly symmetrical right there in the front. What we're gonna wind up doing is having, I haven't decided whether I want to do it as a grand staircase right in here, or whether I want to try and make some kind of an elevator setup. Obviously I am not the best at redstone by any stretch of the imagination. Like let's not even joke. So I don't know if it would be that kind of an elevator so much as just a you know, water vader or something. Or if I should just, you know, go with something else entirely. But I'm excited how quickly this went. This was actually only about 4 or 5 hours total. And that's including me being distracted like half of it. Because like streams and running off to trade mini blocks with Dadcraft in the middle of it, and lots of stuff. But it definitely seems like we've got way more than enough of all of this stuff now. So I am, yeah, I'm gonna go dump off these mini blocks. And we're gonna go ahead and sort out, you know, building. Okay, so, this is that part of the episode where I go in my defense. But normally, my defense then goes to I was live streaming and got carried away. Today my defense is by the time that I realized that the phone that I was trying to get to do a time lapse for me, because I set up my my camera account on my cell phone. By the time I realized that it had timed out after 15 minutes, and so the screen recorder had stopped working, it had been about 90 minutes. And from there, I just kind of decided, you know what? It's too late to turn back now. Let's just do this. So hello. Meet one heck of a mesa. It is still not quite done. Both in the sense that there's still a lot of detailing that I want to do. So like that's not even close to done. Detailing, like see how the bottom areas of it have the plain terracotta, like at a bunch of the edges and stuff like that. And then also, honestly, I would like to get a few little spots sticking out around here, where like maybe we could create like a little cliff there or something like that. Both to put like bits of scrub brush and stuff on, or maybe let's get a waterfall down some cliff of this or something. But also besides just that, I also still have some to do up here at the top. And I went ahead and left a bunch of it. It's 2 days later and I'm still falling off of everything. I left a bunch of this done or undone so I can kind of show roughly how I've been doing this. It's going to be a little bit different now because I am at a point where we've cut off sections there, so that'll be a lower section in the middle. The two sides will be higher. It's going to be lower again at the very edge over there. I don't know yet where I want to have the highest part be. It's probably going to be kind of back there. We'll have to see. But this is just kind of what I did for, I want to say it took me about 6 or 7 hours total. Is just running around here, putting down blocks either at the same spot as the layer below, or there'd be cases like this where I'd go ahead and, you know, effectively push it back by one by, you know, having it jut out a little bit less far in one direction or the other. And actually this one, I should probably have jut out the other side instead. I've been trying to use some kind of logic while working on this, so since this is more of a sheer cliff, it's more likely to have little crumbles at the bottom. While since this is like got the curve here, it's more likely to be protected from things like like wind and rain and everything. That, and also it's got like a channel down the center here, which is where most any rainwater would have, you know, slid off of it. And that's the thing about how these wind up getting shaped. Pretty much everything about the shapes of these kinds of places is from water. It's from these are usually like seafloors is how these form more often than not. So each of those layers is from a slightly different kind of biodiversity that was there, you know, so that it'll be like, oh, this had these kinds of animals more frequently, so et cetera, et cetera. And it winds up built up like this. So then once that's all turned into sandstone and thick and you know, like harder things than that, it winds up stacked up like this, and it's still pretty soft material though. Like it's rock, but it is a weak rock. So what you'll have is, as the sea recedes out of these areas, you'll have it be more and more like if having to find just little gullies to go into. And from there, it'll wind up turning those into streams and then into rivers. And since a lot of times these areas, like, well, if you think about it, if you look around the world, you actually will see this kind of layering, the stratification, lots of places, not just in like Badlands or other similar places. It's just that it's most noticeable there because there's not so much green hanging onto it. And the thing about plants hanging onto the sides of places like this is that it does cover this up. And it does, you know, you can't see the colors as well. But if you've ever driven through the mountains, you'll have seen like the little bits of different colors of sandstone and limestone sticking out of it. And it's just a really, really pretty thing to see. So when you are building up something like this, you do have to think about where the little rain gullies would be, where any of the streams and everything for it. Just, you know, later on I'll be coming back through and putting piles at the bottom, so like how the sand goes up the sides of those, you know, how the dirt went up the side on the other one over there. I'll be having spots where the red sand or the dirt are clinging up the sides of it. And also spots where some of the colors from up top have fallen down, and so there's pieces of it down below. But yeah, I basically spent about, like I said, I'd call it probably about 6 hours zoned out listening to an audiobook, just walking around this thing in laps. Building it up like this bit by bit, and yeah, I'm really excited to see how it looks once it is completely said and done. But as mentioned, I am not planning on finishing the whole thing off today. This is instead going to be a multiple day thing. I had hoped to get actually not even this much done. I didn't think I was going to get this far on it. I thought I would leave off like down there, but and then do the spikes up in the front just so that I had something done that had all the colors to it. But this went shockingly fast, actually. Like I was surprised at how quickly it went, and I think it's just because I do have all those little details of how this kind of thing works in my head, just because I don't know, I was one of those kids that read National Geographic like cover to cover when I was young. We didn't have the internet really back then. Like we did by the time I was a teen, but you got all of your smart stuff from magazines back then. So I always had that, and we always drove through Utah for vacations every year. Don't worry, that the driving through Utah was not the vacation. It was on the way to the vacation. By the way, I'm proud of myself. I have this place pretty well lit up, and I have not yet had any... Well, I had one unintentional mob farm situation when this was just barely an overhang up here, and I went, we gonna light it up. Oh, I don't have any torches. Well, I do have lanterns. Let's do this. Yeah, I am planning on this side over here actually being a little bit higher than that side, and so it's going to go up into the yellow and into maybe even the orange and the plain that I had marked out on that. We are going to have different heights at different parts of the city just to create some more interest to it. And also because I'm going to have parts of this that are dug into the side also. It's going to be interesting to figure out how to do this at a Minecraft scale. Like, that's definitely going to be the challenge in my mind. But it is a challenge I am completely excited for. And it is one I do hope all of you are looking forward to as well, and will be hanging out with me as I do. But for today, I'm sure everybody's sick of just seeing me go around in circles already, and it's only been one layer. That's why this was going to be a time lapse before my phone betrayed me. So I will save this for between episodes or maybe on a stream. And I will let all of you go. So thanks as always, everybody, for hanging out with me today. If you had as much fun as I did, make sure you hit the like button. If you want to hang out again next time, make sure that you're subscribed. Take care, everybody. Toodles!